How's it, guys? Welcome back to another Tipsy Tuesday tip. With me, I got the next pro fisherman here. Say hello, Bailey. This is my little one that's been keeping me off the water for a while. Well, not getting on the water as much as I used to. Here you go. And they are hookless. There's no hooks in here. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about your garrick fishing and how you go about making a trace of it. I'd recommend getting your hands on this book by Scott Hunter called Offshore Kayak Fishing. It's a phenomenal book. There's a lot of stuff in here about garrick, where they description, trace and tackle, trolling speed, location, hookup, fight. There's a lot of information on targeting sailfish, the different types of trace. There's traces in here. It's your skipper trace there. It's a phenomenal book, It got everything that you need. How to snail hooks, how to set up your skip bait rigs, how to make snook traces. The list goes on and on and on. Live bait fishing, it's a book for every kayaker to have. The Bible, fishing Bible. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about fishing for garrick off the KZN coast. As I say, that book is phenomenal. It's definitely recommended. There's many ways of doing it. You can fish with trebles if you want to keep the garrick. Fish with circles, fish with J-hooks, fish with double back-to-back J-hooks. You can target them on lures, plugs, little poppers, spoons. There's many methods. The best method that I would recommend and I found works for me well is fishing with live baits. With that, there's many different live baits that you can use. You can use shad, which is very good. Make sure it's legal size of 30 centimeters and do not use them during pan season. You can use mackerel, which is also good. Mozzies is also good. Pinkies, sand soldiers, mullet, quarantine. Basically, if it's alive, it's going to work. You basically target garrick along the back line, around rips, river mouths, rocky structures as well. Yeah, you can fish one bait up top on the surface, about 15 meters behind. You can fish one in a down rig. I generally fish for them, well, depending on where I'm fishing. If I'm fishing around Salmon Bay area, in Belito, I'll fish around anywhere between that 5 to say 10 meter line. I'll target them in that. I'll zigzag up and down obviously until I find them. Yeah, there's many places you can target them basically along the whole KZN coast. So yeah, your legal limit is 2 of 70 centimeters per garrick. Obviously I wouldn't recommend keeping many of them, maybe one a season if you really want to, but let's practice catch and release with those fish, guys. They're in a little bit of trouble. So, well, not a little bit, quite a bit of trouble. So anyway, let's get into making a trace. As I said, you're going to need 50 pound maximum ultra green. Well, that's what I use. You can use cyclone, you can use whatever you want. 8-0 J hooks or 6-0 or 8-0 circle hooks. Zabikis obviously to catch your bait. And then yeah, number 4 power swivel, number 4 and number 5, whichever preferences, whichever works for you. And I'll also show you how to go about down rigging the baits as well with your, obviously, with your sinker and the elastic band. I'll show you how to go about doing that as well. Here's the items that I use for garrick fishing. There's many others that you can use, but this is what I opt for. 50 pound maximum ultra green, 6-0 circles, or the old school 8-0 kennel round J hooks, number 4 power swivels, and your zabikis to obviously catch your live bait. So let's get into making the trace. Okay guys, so here we have it here. Power swivel, 8-0 J hook, 50 pound maximum ultra green. Now let's get into making the trace. What you want to do is cut a meter length of this off, maybe just over a meter, about 1.5 meters. A meter is perfect. Start off with the hook. So you take your line. This is the knot that I use. You can use many. You can use a figure of 8. You can use a uni. There's plenty of knots you can go about using, but this is the one that I go about using. Basically just the old school fisherman's knots, or blood knots, or clinch knots, improved clinch knots, whichever you want to call it. Anyway, let your line go in through the hook like that, into the hook eye. Make a nice loop like that. Put your finger in there, and then wrap your tag end around your main line about 3 to 4 times. So you go 1, 2, 3, and then you just wet this. And then you see this loop here, where this finger is of the shank of the hook, on the eye of the hook. You're going to go with your tag end in through that, and then you'll see, once that goes through there, you'll see the second loop form, and that's where your line's going to go back through again. So you're there, you go in through that loop, and then you come back round and back in through that loop, and you just grab it and you pull it up and you pull it tight, and that's your knot. Hasn't let me down. So that's your knot there. Get to the end of your line, your meter long trace line, you get to your power swivel, you do the exact same knot through the loop, finger there, 1 2 3, wetted, line tag end in through that loop, back through the second loop, and pull it tight, cut the tag end off, and there you have it. That's the GARRICK rig, and this is my preferred method that I actually use all the time. We'll go on to circle hooks. Obviously with a circle you're gonna want to snail it. So let's get the hook out the bag. There's many ways of snailing a circle hook as well. I'll show you one of the easiest ways. It's called a knotless snail. Once again, pull off a meter of trace line here, trace line, cut it off. Basically the knotless snail it's exactly what it is. It's a knotless snail. Very easy to make, very easy to do as well. Literally go in through the eye, through the front of the hook. This is the front, that's the back. So you go in through the front of the hook and you let that tag in lay on the back of the hook like that. And you grab that, and in this piece, the rest of your line, you're going to wrap it around the shank of the hook. So you're going to wrap it around at 1 2 3 4 5 6 is perfect. And then you get to the end of your line, to the other tag in, and you come in through the back of the hook now. So you go in through the back of the hook like so, and you just pull that all the way up and pull it tight. Cut the tag end over here a little bit shorter, and that's it. You have yourself a snail circle hook. And then add your swivel in the end of it, obviously. Old school fisherman's knot. 1 2 3, with the line through that loop, pull it tight, cut off the tag end, and you sort it. So that's the two methods you can go about: circle hook or J hook. Choice is all yours. With pinning the baits as well, since I don't have a bait here, I'm in the bait in the kids room. The way that I go about pinning it is literally through the back of the bait, literally just behind the head, and then you pull your bait like that. You can go through the nostril of the bait, gets it like that. You can do the exact same thing with the circle hook as well, through the back, through the nose. You can bridle rig it if you want. I just go literally hooking through the back, and I pull my bait like that, and I've had good success like that. So hopefully that helps you guys getting your next pull or your next GARRICK. Yeah, the time is now to actually target them. If you're going to keep one, I would recommend keeping one now. That June, July, August time, I'd recommend keeping them around about September, October, when they've gone up north, gone to spawn, gone to do whatever they need to do, and then when they're making their way back home, well, back down to the south, and then I would recommend keeping one, let them do whatever they need to do up the coast, and then yeah, so anyway, oh yes, let's get into how to down rig it as well. Almost clean forgot about that. Down rigging is simple. You're basically going to put a sinker on an elastic band further up your line, about 5-6 meters, maybe 10-15, depending on how far up the line you want it. I'd recommend 5 to 6 meters up the line. Let's get to that. Okay, let's get to the down rigging part of it. With the down rigging, you can use any size sinker you want. I generally go with a 3 ounce. I have a 5 ounce, it was all I had close by. So now you get a piece of elastic band like that. you put it in through the eye of the sinker, and then you leave it like that. Then you get to the line, and you literally just wrap it around your line. So you're going to wrap it around 1, 2, 3, and give it a little pull tight, and that's it. That's how you would down rig a bait. And then when you go onto the fish, literally just grab that sinker, give it a pull, put the sinker in between your lap, reel the fish in, and that's that. Yeah, and that's down rigging the bait, making the trace. So all you got to do now is get out there, get yourself some liveys, pin them, and get yourself a garrick. Fish, please fish responsibly, limit your catch, and don't catch your limits. Cheers guys.